tonight's show, how did it go for you?
It was very, very good. Very some moments there, some very emotional moments. You can see why these people are where they are now, and there's some people who aren't this far. I mean, Connor's performance was a definite moment in the whole show. I think everybody who watched it had that little moment of I think even I had it, but you know, he's that type of guy, and he's come such a long way, and I don't hide my love of his voice.
And there's everyone is saying that he's going to win the show. He's the bookies, or one of the bookies' favourites.
Never mind the bookies. The bookies rarely get stuff like this right, rarely. And the thing about Connor is, the one thing he has is an amazing, amazing voice, but he's also got this beautiful personality that just suits how he sings. He's probably the most real, honest person I've ever met. I love him. I really think he's a very, very important person. I think he could go a long way, and I think they all could. I just think his performance tonight was very special, I think.
And how are you, you have to send someone home every week, how is that for you?
It's like I make a fool of myself every time I have to do that, and people have said it to me, you go up and you start shaking on stage. I says, well, you try do that, you're playing with someone's life, you know what I mean? You can't just go up and go, sorry about that, and you know, it's a horrible thing to do. You get up there and they're a bit shell shocked, and you get up on stage and you can feel them shaking on your arm, and you're meant to be all cool and go, this is fine. So no, it's not an easy thing to do, and if it is, then you're a heartless, horrible, shallow fecker. So you know, and I think even everybody's had to find it difficult, and it's getting down to the wire. So it's the last 4, so we've known them longer, our bonds are tighter, we're friends now, and it's just not. It's just part of the show I wish I could walk away from.
Yeah, it's the hard bit, but it's the part of reality shows that makes people want to tune in.
I know, and I think we know it's important, but we don't want to prolong the whole kind of you know, who's going to be ad break. It's just just say who it is, because at that stage when it's the bottom 2, you're pretty much in your head, you know, and you got to take things into consideration. You got to think of this is the first time they've been in the bottom 2. Are the public enjoying it? Are they liking it? You got to take other performances into place. You know, some singers are just stinking, you know, in their comfort zone, singing the same song week in, week out. Has this person done that? Have they tested themselves? So there's lots to take into consideration, and you know, and I do take that all in. But you know, people at home kind of go, you should have. You can't please everybody. You know, I go up my gut every time.
And you're sharing the dressing room now with Cian and Brian.
Yeah.
I know, how's that going every week?
It's going alright. As you might notice, I take up quite a lot of space.
Yes.
I know what Brian had said, so I know his answer to that question, and it couldn't have been truer. Brian has a sponsorship with Dynarod because he blocks our toilet at least twice every show. So it's kind of grand. We're trying to get him off that high protein diet he's on, because that's what's causing it. No, it is. It's definitely it's 90% of the Voices budget's going on plumbers. That's the truth. Cian's fine. Cian's a real pro. He knows where to go. He goes into Sharon's dressing room.
Very good. And how are you getting on? Because you guys wouldn't have known each other before.
How do you think we're getting on?
I don't know.
The people we're absolutely incredibly comfortable with each other.
Great.
They wouldn't put 3 of us in a dressing room together,
that's true.
polluting each other if they didn't. No, but I'm absolutely. I didn't know how I'd get on. You don't. I didn't know Cian at the start. I knew Brian, kind of. But very, very, very quickly we hit it off. You know, we're different characters. We're all looking for different things in singers. A lot of the great singers in the other guys' team don't overly interest me. Whereas some of my singers don't interest the guys, you know. So it's an interesting show like that.
And it's been great for your career as well. You're doing a tour all around Ireland, and your album's doing really well.
I mean, that's the thing. That side of it's you don't know how it's going to be perceived, or you're going to be perceived personally. Like, people might turn around and go, "Well, he was a bit of a twat. I didn't like him," and it could be the total opposite. But the only thing you can do in these situations is be yourself, and if people don't like it, then I'd rather, you know, be hated for being myself and loved for being someone I'm not. And I think that's important. I think Irish people can see through bullshit very quickly. And I haven't been a hypocrite in this show. I've said what I haven't been overly. People have said I haven't been overly critical, but I don't believe in that. I said, if you're going to be negative to someone, give them a reason how to fix it. Don't just say that wasn't good. That's not good enough for me as a coach or a judge on any show. A lot of what people are doing wrong vocally can be fixed, and it's our job to find what it is and tell them what it is, and it's their job to come back next year and do it.
And last question is, all the girls in Ireland want to know if you're single.
I am single. I would be a disaster to go out right now, to be honest. I've not had a day off since probably Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah, so I just don't feel, to be in a relationship when you can't actually dedicate any time to anybody. They say it's going to work and it'll be fine, but it never is.
Yeah.
You know, you're very emotional creatures, you females.
We are.
Yeah, we're very shallow men.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.